Hello everyone, welcome to Viral Buzz News. Today we bring you breaking news that has shaken the political landscape in the United States. President Joe Biden has announced his withdrawal from the presidential race, and Texas delegates are already taking action. Stay with us for all the details. Following President Joe Biden's surprising withdrawal from the presidential race on Sunday, several Texas Democratic delegates have rallied behind Vice President Kamala Harris to secure the party's nomination ahead of what is likely to be the first contested political convention in decades. However, others, including at least one Texas Democrat in Congress, called for a party-wide debate on who represents the best path forward as they seek to defeat former President Donald Trump. It is time to unite and support our Vice President Kamala Harris, said U.S. Representative Veronica Escobar, a Democrat from El Paso, who was a national co-chair of the Biden-Harris campaign, in a statement on Sunday. She also garnered 14 million votes in the primaries and will lead the fight for our freedoms against Trump's Project 2025 and the MAGA movement that seeks to dismantle our democracy. At a press conference on Sunday afternoon, Castro said he expects the overwhelming majority of Democrats to support Harris. Biden quickly endorsed Harris as the party's presidential candidate after withdrawing from the race on Sunday afternoon. He said on social media that choosing Harris as his vice president was the best decision I ever made, and it is time to unite behind Harris to defeat Trump. U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, who was a staunch advocate for Biden to remain in the race, said on social media that she fully supports Harris. "One thing I know I will only work for at Kamala Harris. If it is someone other than her, enjoy the campaign season. I hope all my disenchanted colleagues can find walking shoes and get to work because I will not," she said, criticizing her fellow Democrats for having left out the most important president of our lifetime. Representatives Greg Casar of Austin, Lizzie Fletcher of Houston, and Mark Veazey of Fort Worth also quickly endorsed Harris. Veazey this week called on Biden to withdraw from the race and asked him to pass the torch to a younger leader like Harris. "Harris is the person everyone is backing," Veazey said in an interview Sunday afternoon with the Texas Tribune. "She is the one ready to take office." But Harris does not have the nomination guaranteed. Despite Biden's endorsement of Harris, none of the president's delegates in Texas are bound to support her at the party's national convention in Chicago next month. Senator Lloyd Doggett, a Democrat from Austin, immediately called for an open convention. While, with President Biden's endorsement, Vice President Harris is clearly the lead candidate, we should be open to all talented individuals who wish to be considered, Doggett said. Doggett was the first Democrat in Congress to call on Biden to withdraw from the ticket after the president's dismal performance in last month's debate. On Sunday night, Doggett said the field of potential Democratic candidates was narrowing around Harris. "Most of the people who might challenge her are backing her," Doggett said. Still, Doggett said he remains open to any candidate who can demonstrate how they would win critical states and defeat Trump. Democratic Representatives Henry Cuellar of Laredo and Vicente Gonzalez of McAllen issued statements Sunday, praising Biden without signaling immediate support for Harris. Representative Colin Allred of Dallas, who is running for the U.S. Senate against Ted Cruz, did not name Harris in his statement, but a spokesperson later clarified to the Tribune that Allred supports the vice president. Members of Congress are not the only ones who will have a say in the August Democratic National Convention, where the party's candidate will be decided. Texas has 273 delegates at the convention, the third largest number behind California and New York, including elected officials from electoral districts and other party leaders across the state. The Democratic National Committee has yet to explain how it will proceed with the nomination process. Democratic National Committee Chair Jamie Harrison said on social media that the party will conduct a transparent and orderly process, governed by the rules and procedures established by the party. In a statement formally announcing her candidacy for the White House, Harris said her intention is to win this nomination. Angel Carroll, a national delegate for the 17th Congressional District, said she had supported Biden despite calls for him to step down and had been elected at last month's state convention to attend the convention as a Biden delegate. Now, she said, the strategy should be to support Harris. Our best option is to support the vice president, she stated. That's what our vice president is for, to step up when the president needs him. The 5 national delegates from Texas's 21st Congressional District, which covers a significant portion of Austin, rallied behind Harris, as did the 2 state Democratic Executive Committee members from the district. Passion Jackson, a delegate from Dallas, said she felt really sad for Biden. Harris is the best person we can propose, Jackson said, but she was also concerned that Harris would face misogyny during the election. We are in uncharted territory right now, Jackson said. I don't even know what to expect. Julio Salinas, a delegate from Austin, said he would prefer some discussion about the new candidate before the DNC. I would like to see some openness, he said. There should be a dialogue with the delegates about how we move forward. However, he added that he saw Harris as the favorite and would be happy with her as the candidate. Harris would have a great chance of defeating Trump, Salinas added, partly by refocusing the election on issues like reproductive rights. Biden withdrew from the race Sunday afternoon, just over 100 days before Election Day, after a growing chorus of lawmakers, donors, activists, and Democratic strategists said his candidacy was no longer viable following a brutal debate performance against Trump last week. Biden was unable to form coherent sentences, often confusing thoughts and facts. The performance highlighted long-standing doubts about his age. The presidential campaign was plunged into even greater chaos when a gunman shot former President Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. The incident, being investigated as an assassination attempt, sparked outrage from Texas Republicans and forced Biden to postpone a campaign stop in Austin. The horror of political violence led to calls for unity at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Biden's polling numbers, already trailing in most battleground states, plummeted further. Democrats fear the assassination attempt will secure Trump's victory. Harris has fared slightly better in polls against Trump, though a Texas poll found Harris was slightly more unpopular than Biden in Texas. According to Jacob Monty, a former Republican supporter from Houston who donated $35,000 to the Biden Victory Fund, Harris has largely played a secondary role to Biden during his presidency, making it difficult for her to stand out. But Monty said those criticisms would disappear if she became the candidate and could be the face of the party without stepping on Biden's heels. As vice president, you can't outshine the president, but now she can shine and will do very well in the debates against former President Trump, Monty said. You need someone who can speak out and compete with him in a debate. Monty, who served on Trump's Hispanic Advisory Council before breaking with him over hardline immigration policies, said he had already given Harris $25,000 and would give her another $25,000 at least, indicating a good fundraising fortune for a Harris-led campaign. Domingo Garcia, a Dallas lawyer and donor who had donated $100,000 to Biden's campaign, said Biden's resignation shifts the momentum of the presidential race, which had been favoring Trump. Garcia wanted Biden to step aside and said he wants to see an open process for the nomination, despite Harris's status as the frontrunner. I think Vice President Harris has the advantage of being the favorite in this process, he said Sunday afternoon. It should be an open process and should not be just a couple of party bosses choosing the candidate. Domingo Garcia, a Dallas lawyer and donor who had donated $100,000 to Biden's campaign, said Biden's resignation shifts the momentum of the presidential race, which had been favoring Trump. Garcia wanted Biden to step aside and said he wants to see an open process for the nomination, despite Harris's status as the frontrunner. I think Vice President Harris has the advantage of being the favorite in this process, he said Sunday afternoon. It should be an open process and should not be just a couple of party bosses choosing the candidate. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and ring the bell for more Viral Buzz news. See you in the next video.